Steve Bonecutter Off-Road. Kind of in charge, mostly not. How about that?
And I'm Taylor, and I am the one in charge.
And I'm Preston, and I'm her sidekick that does whatever she says.
Like, get me lunch. Wash my dirty bikes.
Prep our goggles.
Every week. Never
Make sheen carts.
Yeah, keep me stylish, looking good.
Alright, we are doing our race weekend recap. Taylor did the 9-hour and the Arkansas NEPG. My lazy butt only did the NEPG. Or whatever you want to call it. I would say NEPG / hard enduro, but that's just my opinion. So I'll start. Let me just start on Saturday. We left at 10 a.m. and it was supposed to be a 5-hour drive. Wow. We did not get there until 7:30. And oddly enough, we not only got lost for 30 minutes, we were sitting on the side of the gravel road, and this van pulls up. And we're all sitting there, and we're like, wonder who this is pulling up. Sure as heck, it's Taylor. Driving up. What are you guys doing?
The best part is, I thought I arrived to the race because I seen a camper. I'm like, this is a great sign. And then the closer I got, I'm like, that's Jordan. This is not a good sign.
Yeah, so now we're both lost with no service. Hardly any service, by the way. And no idea where to go. So we end up finding like some directions. And so we find out we're 30 minutes away from the track on the other side of the road. So we're trying to get turned around. And I've never been so far in the middle of nowhere that like if something was to happen, we were dead. Like we were done. We were completely done. So we're turning around and Lucas gets out to direct Jordan back into this person's yard with all of these dogs barking at him, wanting to bite his ankles. And Jordan, backs up, cussing the whole time, but that's okay. And then we get back, going straight because we had to turn around. Taylor she attempts to turn around, and then we just see her gone. Like, she's just going, like, around the corner, and we don't know where she's going at this point. So I was like, maybe she found another way. Okay, cool. I call her about 2 minutes later. I'm like, hey, did you find another way? No, I had to turn around because I was getting yelled at for being in somebody's yard.
And I was kind of scared because they looked really sketchy. And they were, like, I had my windows down so I could see because I'm a one-man show. And they were like, don't back up, don't come any further, and just yelling at me. I'm like, this is not a good situation.
So we thought we lost Taylor for a second, but then she said, hang on, I'll be there in a minute. So then we all get together again. And it took us 30 minutes. It was like 4 miles was 20 minutes.
Yeah, Jordan drove really slow on the gravel. I was about ready to run his butt over. I understand why. He is a camper, and I'm just a van, but...
Well, the other problem was if we went over 6 miles an hour, we were all like this. Just like, we were just... It was so bad. That freaking road was so rough. It took us forever to get down that road.
It did.
Yeah, it really did. It was the longest 4 miles of my life. So...
And we missed sign up on Saturday night.
Yeah.
The entire time I kept looking at my watch. I'm like, come on, Jordan, let's drive a little faster. Like, I want to get in line. I need my route sheet.
I'm surprised it didn't shake your van.
Oh, it does. I'm just used to it because, middle of nowhere, gravel roads, roading kind of thing.
No, it was bad. It
was pretty bad.
Yeah. Nothing like a normal... It wasn't even gravel. It turned into dirt.
Yeah, that's typical, like, what happens, especially in Missouri. I guess Arkansas, too, but nothing new for me.
Yeah, so we arrived at 7:30 when we left at 10 a.m. And not proud of that. Missed sign up. We were parked on a hill, so we were parked, like, slanted.
Even better.
Yeah, it was fun. It was great. It was definitely no cussing involved at all. No, everyone was in a great mood. Everything was great. And then we cooked dinner, went to bed. Got up, got signed up, got our number plates, saw Taylor in the morning. She looked fully rested. Fully rested. I mean, you got a whole 20 hours of sleep for sure.
I really needed it. I stayed up a little too late. I forgot I needed to get my roll-offs put together, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I didn't know where Preston was parked.
Oh!
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, so I found one of my good Arkansas customers, Jacob Hyatt, and he put it together under the firelight, and his daughter held a flashlight that Jim Bob provided while we tried to assemble them and watching YouTube videos on how to do so.
You could have called me.
I thought about it, but I kind of
Didn't
knew
even think about that. I'm sorry.
the situation of the moods everybody was in.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, they worked. So stayed up a little late trying to do that. I didn't go to bed till 10:30. I wanted to be in bed by 7. So.
So yeah, then Sunday morning, pretty much just got ready.
She did my cheat sheet. I filled out her sheet technically.
Yeah.
So,
but I did it wrong. For some reason, I thought you were like a row behind me, so I minus 1 minute. And I think I even said that to you. And then I'm like right. I'm already written everything down, and I'm like, wait, she's ahead of me, because I was like, how did I get ahead of you last race? And then I'm like, that doesn't seem right.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I halfway read your text. My phone kept dinging on Sunday morning, and usually I have it on like do not disturb mode so nobody can talk to me. But for some reason I had that not on, which was good because you needed help. And yeah, anyway.
So then I was like plussing 2 to every time. But
yeah.
I was never in like a pinch. We always were there like
plenty early.
Oh yeah, like 20 minutes ahead.
Yeah.
So we line up, we go out for our first section, and the first transfer says that it's a mile or 1.4 miles. If that was 1.4 miles, I could probably run that every single day of my life. Within 2 minutes. That's how short it was. I was expecting like, I don't know. I was like, oh, like I'm not gonna ride around in the morning really. Like I'll just wait for the transfer, kind of, get my brakes warmed up, everything. No. We go down a little bit, do about 3 corners, and we're there, and we're all sitting there, and I'm like, oh, that was fun. That's great. And as we're sitting there, I'm kind of looking around, and I'm like, man, we're up here in the mountains. I mean, like we are about as high as we could get, I feel like, at this point. And the waterfalls are something you'd see in a movie. Absolutely, no doubt about it. I was a little scared. I am scared of heights, so that was fearful. But we start the first test. First test was pretty fun. It was slicker than I was kind of expecting. Definitely big rolling rock, not little rolling rock. So I was kind of timid. Actually, I was too timid. But little did I know that was probably one of the better ones, and I should have enjoyed the first one. Second test was going good, and then I ended up crashing down the mountain a little bit and landing backwards, lost my goggles, got back up, tried making up my time, and then pretty much I was too timid. Then the rain came, and that's when my smile began. Because it just got so much better when it rained. I just felt like it just washed the rocks off. Like it didn't make it as slick. I don't know. It just reminded me of like snowshoe when it's raining, and I don't know. It just felt like it was super grippy. So their test went better, not how I wanted it, but then my last 2, I definitely started feeling like more in my comfort zone. But by that time, it was too late, and I ended up 5th, and should have been a little closer to 4th and 3rd, but unfortunately I wasn't, and that's on me, and I got to get better at rocks and not being scared of how high we are. So definitely a learning curve. NEPGs they're teaching me for GNCCs for sure. It's definitely making me appreciate GNCCs a little more.
Yeah.
So I'm not happy with my ride, but I'm happy with how much I learned. So not every day, is going to be the best day ever, but I'm glad to take away some things that I will look back on and learn from. So ended up 5th. Not my best ride for sure, but we made the best out of it for how I was riding. So nobody to blame but me.
Yeah, and you did good because like that kind of terrain is so hard to navigate and learn how to ride and go fast in it. Super similar to Missouri. The rocks were a touch bigger, but they're still rolly, which makes it not fun. And the sketch level is just extremely high because you never know. Like, you'll be on the ground before you know it, and you don't even know what happened. So
that's about what happened to me. I was going, and I kind of felt my front end, and I'm like, I could try to save it, and then I hit one more and just went right down. I was like,
yep.
Well, there it goes. But it was fun, and Taylor and I are so close, and she was one ahead of me, so
we've seen each other all day.
Well,
okay, we'll get there.
That's coming.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else you want to say?
Oh, and to top it all off, Sunday after the race, we got pulled out. Oh. Yeah, so that was fun.
By a tractor or an individual?
Tractor. That's how stuck we were.
Yeah, I wasn't waiting for the tractor.
Well, by that time, he was probably pulling us out.
Yeah, because I do think we left about the same time.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
All you.
All me. All right, so Saturday was the Off-Road Cup. That track conditions were pretty good considering the amount of rain we got. It was an eye-opener for the locals. They don't know about how GNCCs and how ruddy they get and stuff. So it was funny. I had a lot of people tell me that they enjoyed following me and didn't understand how I could go through the ruts so good. But, like, these weren't, like, deep ruts. And it's just, like, with GNCCs, especially, like, last year into this year, we've had so many wet races. It's like I'm figuring it out, and it's awesome. But anyway, track was good, flowed really good. It's 10.5-mile loop. I did the start, and the first 2 laps were pretty sketchy as far as like being really slick and like some leaves in certain spots and whatnot. I just tried to stay off the ground and get through the traffic because we start last row, and that's always a grand time. And then Josephine, my other teammate, she did 2 laps after I did, and she's also doing the National Enduro. So we both were trying to get our laps in early and then leave Mariah, the third girl, by herself, basically, when we left around 2:30, which is, like, really sketchy and thought because anything could happen. But I left her an extra bike just in case. I gave her some pep talk motivation, like, you got it, go get it done kind of thing. We ended up winning the day in the ladies class. We got first. I didn't look at the overall yet, but I think we did okay in general, considering like everything we had going on. I think I hit the ground maybe twice. It was a pretty clean day. Just kind of riding around, really. I'm struggling with my wrist, which we mentioned last week, and it's just really hard to push and like hit things because I can't even describe what it does, but it doesn't feel good, and then it just like gets worse and worse and worse, and then I can't hold on. So I'm figuring it out, but Saturday was blast, and then I left from there straight to Arkansas, and I stopped at a gas station. I heated up some food. I wish I had a picture of it, but it was a big bowl of mashed potatoes and chicken, and then I had a Element drink, and like I'm pretty sure that food that I had was almost 1,000 calories. Like, it was a big bowl. So I ate that on the way, and then we got lost, and then I got mad about not being there to sign up because I wanted to see the route sheet. Asa did get me a route sheet after the fact because I threw a fit, to say the least, and got my way. I didn't go through the sign-up line, but he at least got me one that I could look at. And then Sunday morning, definitely a little tired. The transfer wasn't long enough to really wake me up, which was kind of unfortunate. So the first test was kind of like a slow go. It was okay. Like, I just didn't know how to go much faster in the rocks. It was too sketchy. It was too sketchy for me. And then second test, I loosened up quite a bit and felt a lot better, other than the pain of my wrist really started to set in. And I was questioning a lot of my life decisions, like at the end of that test and in between the 2 tests. But Preston gave me a pep talk, and so did I can't think of his name, but it's Sammy's boyfriend. He said, "You are better than the pain." And like, that stuck with me. So into test 3, I was just like thinking about that. You are better than the pain. And halfway through the 3rd test, I got hit by another rider. I don't really know who. But I got hit, knocked down, and ran over. And basically, he ran over my back. I smashed my good hand, and I was in a lot of pain. And I just, like, I don't know who it was. And he just rode off and left me there. And eventually more people came and they checked on me to make sure I was good because I was still laying there. Like, it took a while for me to get myself gathered back up. And I finally did, and I dragged my bike and myself out of the trail so I wasn't laying in the middle of it no more. And I gave myself a minute or so to kind of just, like, gather my shit. Like, I still hurt pretty bad. But I wanted to finish that test.
She just got back from the chiropractor, by the way.
Yeah. I wanted to finish that test, so I just kind of did what I could do, but I didn't realize how bad it was until I actually started moving. So I don't know if anybody's ever had two hand issues at the same time, but, like, I couldn't hold on. And my leg got smashed, and I had, like, a dead leg feeling going on, so it was like my right leg wasn't really working fully. It was weird. So I had one leg that felt like it was working, and that was it on my entire body. My back is really sore, and my ribs are really sore. The chiropractor said I need to go see him again because I'm not straightened out yet. But anyway, whenever I finally finished that test, like, it felt like it took forever, and it took everything I had to get it done. I decided that I didn't think I could go back out, which kind of, like, sucked because I'm not a quitter, and I'm still really pissed off, like, about that. But, like, at the end of the day, I don't know if I could have actually finished at all. So I made it back to camp at least, and I laid down for about 3 hours trying to feel a little bit better. Got somebody to help me load, and then I was ready to get out of there, and guess what? I couldn't get out of there. So I had Jim Bob pull me out with his truck and got on the road finally, went home, got in the ice bath, almost got stuck in the ice bath. Thought about calling my sister to get me out, but I figured it out. And then I sat in my sauna, and then I went to bed, and then yesterday sucked, and now we're here. So, anyway, shit happens.
This weekend we have the Powerline Park, Ohio GNCC. So, looking forward to that.
It's going to rain all week.
No, I looked.
Are you sure? I looked this morning.
55 on Thursday.
Okay. All right.
I'm going off mine. I ain't going off yours.
Don't make me pull it up.
Pull it up. Let's see it.
Okay.
What app do you use?
IQ weather.
I just use the Google one, or like the Apple one.
Oh yeah, that one's never correct.
You're like an Android person over here.
Well, we got lost because we used Apple Maps and not Google Maps. Did you know that?
We put in the wrong address.
No.
Yes.
No.
We did. We put the wrong address in.
Oh, well, I did not.
Oh. Do you use the box? The P.O. Box one? Or did you use the...
I just typed in the name of the ranch. And it worked last time, but last time I used Google Maps. And it says that on the website to use Google Maps, not Apple Maps.
Okay, I get it to you.
I know. They gave me a lecture in the sign-up line.
Well, note to self. Well, I don't know if
I don't have Google Maps on my phone. I'm not a Google Map person. Yeah, I don't blame you either. I don't think I'm ever going back. All right, Tuesday, 40% chance. Wednesday in the clear. 88% on Thursday, 82% on Friday, 90% on Saturday, or 84% on Sunday.
I don't like that one.
Because it's correct.
I don't know.
And it's small amounts, but, like, we're still in springtime.
Small? 80 and 90% small.
Well, no, I mean rain amounts.
Oh.
0.3. But, like, we're in spring, so it could be that or it could be 5 inches.
Yeah, that's true.
Kind of like last night. I don't know how much rained here, but it was a lot. So anyway.
Last night was a tornado that I woke up to at 3 a.m. and I'm thinking, when's this thing going to end? Because I have to drive in 2 hours.
Yeah, it woke me up. It got here around 1 and I almost texted her telling her to be careful. Maybe to leave a little later or something.
I had my gym stuff ready for me this morning,
really?
And then I woke up at 3 and I was like, nope, I'm not driving in that. Not at all. I am not driving in that.
Yep.
So.
The one time you managed to wake up.
Yeah, I did wake up. And then I saw the lightning coming through the window, and no, I'm not doing it.
Yep.
So.
Well, one of these days, I'm going to crush your soul.
3 a.m. is early, dude.
I know.
Too early.
Not way too early. It's just early. You gotta get stuff done.
3 a.m.?
You gotta build some muscle.
That I do, but that's why I'm eating those.
Yeah. She is eating protein now. She's actually taking some advice and actually realizing that 50 grams of protein is not sufficient for her level of activity.
I didn't know, okay.
Yeah, I know.
Trainer Taylor's helping me.
Yeah. Trying to. Jeez. I didn't realize how bad off we were.
I thought once I hit 50, I was good. Nope.
Yeah, no.
Not at all.
Nope. She'll figure it out.
We're learning.
Mm-hmm.
Today I had a Subway sandwich without bread. It was a wrap.
Nice.
Lots of protein in it.
Good. Good. I was going to say, Mariah always makes me eat my steak before I can eat my sides. Eat your protein first.
That's actually good because Saturday night I ate my mashed potatoes and corn before my steak, and I had like half the steak.
Exactly. I do the same thing. I love steak, but I love the sides just as much.
Yep.
So usually it's mashed potatoes.
Do you dip your steak in the mashed potatoes? I do too.
Yeah.
I think it's so good.
Me too. Yeah.
All right. So that wraps up today's race recap. We'll have another one next week after the GNCC. So stay tuned, and thank you guys for watching.